sukatin nale batara latu. Riang ngurusen naweo puseng.
Wanua Tosora was once the center and city of Wajo Kingdom around the 16th century, consisting of 5 districts, and is now a village government, and is included in Majaling District, Wajo Regency, Sulawesi Selatan Province. The 5 areas are Tosora Village, which was once the center of government of the Wajo Kingdom, as evidenced by the many historical sites and evidence of Islamic civilization in Wanua Tosora. Limpo Village, once a point used as a storage place for weapons in the form of cannons and rifles in the Gedong building. In this village we also find old Musala buildings. Tajo Village is an area that has historical sites as well as one of the tombs of Peda Sining Tabi. Sining Tabi Village, formerly a kingdom called the Kingdom of Sining Tabi, which then collapsed and formed a village called Wajo, which later formed the Kingdom of Wajo. In this place was also found the tomb of Peda Tajo. Tu Village is the westernmost of the 4 villages. Currently we have not received information about the historical sites in this place, but it has the potential for pond fish farming. Today, we can still see the Tosora historical site at various points in Wanua Tosora, consisting of tombs, heritage buildings, old wells, to various other potential tourist sites. Another legacy that we can still see today is the activity of matening. Weaving has become a culture in the Tosora people since the reign of the kingdom in Wajo. This activity has been around for a long time and still persists today. Today, weavers in Tosora no longer use one type of yarn as the basic yarn of weaving, but are already very diverse. Initially, weavers only used drill silk thread taken from silkworm cocoon fibers that were processed into yarn. However, now the silk thread is now rarely used and is more dominant using India yarn polyester. Today's Tosora people are still active in producing silkworms into cocoons as raw material for original or patent silk thread. The cultivation of silkworm livestock, one of which is carried out by Mrs. H.J. Andy Tenriamp, is a housewife in her 50s, recently spending her days in her caterpillar house. Based on data obtained from her, to get a cocoon from caterpillars requires about 15 days at the earliest, but with a fairly long process. Starting from planting mulberry trees as the only feed for silkworms. The preparation of a place for breeding with room temperature should be in stable conditions. For silkworm seedlings, breeders are provided by the government free of charge. Pung H.J. Andy Tenriamp once conducted trials to produce his own caterpillar seeds, but due to limited knowledge, so he has not succeeded.
Ulat sutera, dua minggu baru jadi cakep pompong. Khusus untuk makanannya ulat nggak bisa makan daun-daun lain, daun begini untuk makanannya. Itu dijual, itu pemerintah baru beli lagi di gudangnya. Di situ jadi benar.
Sana.
Ya itu bos ambil itu teleponnya itu ada nih ke pompong. Turun ngambil baru ngambil di rumahnya. Ya, baru nanti di situ nih lapangannya di lapangan sekarang di situ nih jadi nih benar di situ benar sutera nih ada di situ banyak itu banyak di situ mesinnya.
Farmers need to feed caterpillars up to 10 kilograms per day, which is divided into 3 feedings, namely morning, afternoon, and evening. In addition, things that need to be maintained are disturbances from other animals such as ants and lizards that can disturb silkworms. In those 15 days, it takes at least 12 days to be ready to start pupae and 3 days to be able to pupae perfectly. After perfectly pupating a pupa, the caterpillar that becomes a pupa must be killed immediately so as not to become a butterfly and damage the cocoon. The cocoon that has been completed will be processed by going through the oven process to kill the pupa, then the sorting process, then the cooking process, until the cocoon rinsing process until it is ready to enter the spinning process. In Tosora village, there is a warehouse or factory that is used to produce real silk thread but only up to yarn spinning. The next stage will be transferred to a larger factory. Before carrying out the weaving activity, some of them must carry out the masao activity as an activity of composing long threads as the main material for weaving. But tanning has become an activity of women in the Tosora community, some of whom make weaving as a job to help the household economy. The thing that we all need to know is that the types of weaving are also very diverse, in terms of shape, size, to several other functional changes that were deliberately created to make it easier for them. There are 2 types of weaving used by the people in Wanua Tosora. Jidongan weaving. The local community has been using it since the 13th century or since the existence of the Wajo kingdom until today. The Jidongan loom has a local language, namely Tening Walita, which is a traditional loom where all the equipment is driven by human hands. This tool is named Jidongan because when it is used it is placed in the lap of the weavers who sit stretched out on the floor. The second type of weaving is the non-machine loom adbum, which is a tool for weaving that is driven by humans. The local people call it the Tening Bola because it has a frame resembling houses, and the weavers do not sit stretched out but sit on chairs and legs like they are pedaling a bicycle. The difference between these 2 types of weaving is that in terms of processing time, Walita fortune telling takes 4 days at the fastest for 4 meters of cloth or 1 sheet, while ball divination takes 2 days at the fastest for 1 piece of cloth. In addition, the type and yield of cloth in balls weaving can be more varied because the weaver can adjust the length and width of the cloth or thread to be woven. Meanwhile, Walita's tanning cannot be varied. In fact, according to the data obtained only by using magic balls, weavers can produce clothes. The community also said that the quality of the cloth produced from these 2 types of weaving was also different. Walita's divination certainly has a neater quality and feels denser when compared to the quality of cloth produced from divining balls. They will use the woven sarongs themselves, but most of the woven sarongs are for sale. The selling price range usually starts at 200,000 and can be more expensive. Buyers can come to the weaver's house if they want to buy. Even buyers can choose a sarong motif which is then woven or some sort of request. Weaving activities are usually carried out by women. So, we meet men more often in their rice fields or also in their ponds, because in this area the people are also rice farmers and fish pond farmers. With a variety of historical sites as well as socio-cultural phenomena in this place, it becomes an excellent tourism potential for the advancement of the local community's economy. What we also need to be grateful for now is that our generation can still see arts that have been around for a long time, such as reading Surek and also Gachapi.
Ribotil langit Lesi alai We ofu mangenre Leo fu mangenre riulu wangi Najaji yangi laurum pesi manurung ede ritom potika Nai sia rise walina rise walie riferetivi Lama karoda siasana to bala onyi patelarena.